Hello and welcome back to WIKI Dollar, your trusted channel for deep dives into the biggest stories in finance and the stock market. Today, we're unpacking a headline that sent shockwaves through the global energy sector: the rumored Shell takeover of BP. Is there any truth to these reports? Or is it just market speculation gone wild? Let's break down exactly what happened, what Shell and BP have said, and what it means for investors like you. Let's start at the beginning. On June 25, 2025, the financial world woke up to a bombshell report from the Wall Street Journal. According to sources familiar with the matter, Shell was allegedly in early-stage talks to acquire its rival BP in a deal that could be worth around $80 billion. The news spread quickly, triggering immediate reactions across the stock market. EP shares surged as investors speculated on the potential for a massive merger between two of the world's largest oil giants. The mere hint of such a deal set off a frenzy of analysis, hot takes, and predictions about the future of the energy sector. But as the excitement built, Shell was quick to respond. Shell's official response: within hours, Shell issued a clear and direct statement. The company is not pursuing a takeover of BP. In fact, Shell said it has not been actively considering making an offer for BP and confirms it has not made an approach to, and no talks have taken place with, BP with regards to a possible offer. Let's pause and unpack that. Shell's denial wasn't vague or half-hearted. According to UK takeover rules, when a company makes such a public statement, it's legally binding. Shell is now restricted from making an offer for BP for at least 6 months, unless BP itself invites a bid or another competing offer emerges. So, for now, the idea of Shell buying BP is officially off the table. Where did the rumor come from? You might be wondering, how did this rumor start in the first place? The Wall Street Journal cited unnamed sources who claimed that Shell and BP were in early-stage talks about a possible acquisition. These sources suggested the discussions were active, but also admitted the process was moving slowly and there was no guarantee a deal would happen. It's important to note that in the world of high finance, rumors like this are not uncommon. Sometimes they're based on real, behind-the-scenes conversations. Other times, they're the result of speculation, wishful thinking, or even attempts to influence stock prices. In this case, Shell's swift and categorical denial suggests that whatever the sources may have believed, there were no formal talks underway. Why would Shell want to buy BP? Let's imagine for a moment that the rumors were true. Why would Shell want to acquire BP? There are a few strategic reasons. Market expansion. Combining two of the world's largest oil companies would create a true energy superpower with enormous reach and resources. Trading footprint. Shell already has a significant presence in global energy trading. Acquiring BP could strengthen its position, especially in key areas like liquefied natural gas. Regional synergies. Some analysts believe Shell and BP would complement each other in regions like the Gulf of Mexico, now sometimes called the Gulf of America. Cost savings. Mergers of this size often promise significant cost reductions through economies of scale, streamlined operations, and the elimination of overlapping functions. But such a deal would also come with major challenges. The challenges of a Shell-BP merger. A merger of this magnitude isn't just about combining assets. Here are some of the hurdles Shell would face. Integration complexity. Merging two massive organizations would take years, requiring careful management of different corporate cultures, systems, and processes. Regulatory scrutiny. Governments and regulators around the world would closely examine the deal for potential antitrust issues. Asset divestments. To satisfy regulators, Shell might have to sell off overlapping assets, which could reduce the benefits of the merger. Market risks. The oil and gas sector is already under pressure from the global energy transition, volatile prices, and increasing scrutiny over environmental impact. Given these challenges, it's no surprise that Shell would be cautious about pursuing such a high-stakes move. Investor reaction and market impact. Even though Shell denied the takeover, the market reaction was immediate. BP's shares jumped on the initial news as investors speculated about the potential for a buyout premium. Shell's own stock saw some movement as well, reflecting both excitement and uncertainty. For investors, these kinds of rumors can create both opportunities and risks. If you bought BP shares on the news, you might have seen a quick gain, but when the denial came, the price could just as easily fall back. It's a reminder that in the stock market, rumors can move prices just as much as facts, at least in the short term. What happens next? Now that Shell has made its position clear, what should investors watch for? No deal for 6 months. Under UK takeover rules, Shell cannot make a formal offer for BP for at least 6 months unless BP invites a bid or another company makes an offer. Ongoing speculation. The energy sector remains ripe for consolidation, especially as companies look to navigate the transition to cleaner energy and deal with volatile markets. BP's position. With BP in the headlines, some investors are asking whether the company is undervalued and whether it could be a target for other suitors in the future. Shell's strategy. Shell's denial doesn't mean it's standing still. Investors will be watching to see how the company plans to grow and adapt in a rapidly changing energy landscape. Expert analysis. Is BP a good investment? With all the noise around BP, some analysts are asking, is now a good time to invest in BP? According to some financial experts, BP could be undervalued compared to its peers. Advanced AI algorithms and market analysis tools have flagged BP as a potential hidden gem, especially if the market corrects and undervalued stocks rebound. Of course, investing always carries risks, and it's important to do your own research and consider your personal financial goals. To wrap up, here's what you need to know. Shell is not pursuing a takeover of BP, and no talks have taken place. The rumor started with a Wall Street Journal report, but Shell's official statement is clear and binding under UK law. While a Shell-BP merger would be massive, it would also be incredibly complex and risky. Investors should stay alert for future developments. But for now, the story is over, at least for the next 6 months. If you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from WIKI Dollar. Let us know in the comments, do you think a Shell-BP merger would be good or bad for the industry? And what other finance stories do you want us to cover next? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.